A Utah man is currently serving time in prison in 2 sexual assault cases.
But one of the survivors tells KSL investigators that police failures to properly investigate her case allowed the perpetrator to remain free and attacked his next victim.
KSL investigator Daniela Rivera now reports.
So I sipped on it and I'm like, oh yeah, that tastes really good. What is it? I remember nothing else.
Cammie Johnson says in 2017, she did her part. She reported to police, but she says it took police in Cache County too long to do their part.
And your ex-wife went and had an exam done because she had been raped, okay?
And I didn't know that either. I didn't know that.
And she'd been given drugs.
2 years passed between Cammie's report and police interviewing the suspect, Byron Thad Hatterley.
That's what I'm saying.
I understand that's what you're saying, but that's not what happened.
And during that time, a 16-year-old girl reported to police in a different county that Hatterley drugged and attempted to sexually assault her too.
She could have been saved if somebody would have listened, if somebody would have charged him then with mine.
The case file shows Cammie reported she was drugged and had a rape kit done at the hospital. Medical records show she had benzodiazepines and Ambien in her system.
I took the drink, and I don't remember anything after that point.
But the records also show police asked Cammie to collect witness statements and evidence, and they inactivated their investigation twice without ever contacting Hatterley to get his side. Cammie made her report here at the North Park Police Department. The current chief would not agree to an interview, but in a statement said the department has had a 100% turnover since Cammie's case. No one here today worked on it.
A child was hurt that did not need to be in this situation ever.
More than a year after Cammie's report, a partially clothed 16-year-old girl in Utah County escaped Hatterley and ran to a neighbor's home for help. According to court records, she'd been given benzodiazepines too. It was after that second report that North Park police finally interviewed Hatterley, who denied even being alone with Cammie the night of the assault.
When it comes back to a match to your DNA, here's the problem that you've just locked yourself into. You can't even now say it was consensual because you're saying, God, I didn't do anything.
Hatterley pleaded guilty to lesser charges in the case involving Cammie and pleaded no contest to lesser charges in the case involving the 16-year-old. But a third report naming Hatterley hasn't led to any charges.
They told me that unfortunately there's no evidence, so they're gonna drop the case.
The accuser, who now lives out of state and asked that we not identify her, contacted police in 2021 and reported she believes Hatterley drugged and raped her 10 years earlier in 2011.
And I was very frustrated with the justice system because of the way they treated the case.
An Orem police report says a detective spoke with a prosecutor about the investigation in July of this year before deciding to close the case.
Sometimes there'll be a mutual conclusion that there's just not enough evidence there to move forward with the case.
County Attorney Jeff Gray says that's why this case was never formally screened by his office.
This case is kind of a cold case, SVU cold case, where we've kind of run into dead ends.
He says sexual assault cases are already among the most difficult to prove, and this one is complicated by the accuser's memory loss and the fact that police couldn't get in contact with a potential witness.
It is frustrating. It's frustrating for us.
And frustrating for the woman who came forward.
Everything in a society is based on a justice system, and if the justice system fails, then what's left?
The women who've reported Hatterley say they hope their stories highlight the importance of holding sexual perpetrators accountable.
All we care about is he never does it to anyone else. Stop him. Stop him.
At his sentencing in October, Hatterley said he takes responsibility and accountability, and he apologized in court. Today, the attorney who represented Hatterley in the case involving Cammie told me that despite pleading guilty, Hatterley maintains his innocence. Mike and Deanie.
Daniela, thank you. If you or someone you know is a victim of sexual violence and needs help, there are resources available. The number on your screen is available 24 hours a day.